In this ongoing series, we will be constructing a diversified total return TFSA all the way from zero to hero. Hold on to your portfolio, folks. This is going to be a good one. We began 1 month ago with a $400 deposit to begin a brand new TFSA. We will be adding $400 every month as we work through this challenge and take this TFSA from zero all the way up to $100,000. Now, if you just squirreled away $400 a month, it would take 250 months or 20.8 years to reach that goal. That would make for a very long challenge. We are hoping to significantly shorten that time frame by using a total return investing approach. With a rather conservative 6% return, we would be looking at about 14 years to hit that goal. We will try and beat even that and demonstrate the true power of a total return snowball along the way. No matter how long it takes, well, we're here for the long haul. Join the conversation. Let us know in the comments your biggest challenge with diversifying your stocks. Your participation is well appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on future content, and a huge thank you for that click. As this series progresses, we will be adding new statistics and beefing up the ones we already have. This is going to be simply awesome. We will start with last month. We put in $400 and we purchased a few stocks. Let's look at our current lineup and any changes we made to them with this new $400 deposit. We will start with Scotiabank, and this time around we did buy one more share to bring our total up to 2 shares. With Scotiabank, we have an average cost base of $64.27. We haven't received any dividends yet, and in that first month they had a return of investment of negative 2.91%, and because we didn't have any dividends, the total return is also negative 2.91%. Currently, our stake in Scotiabank makes up 15.68% of our portfolio, and for the financial sector, that's also 15.68%. These guys do have a yield of 6.79%, and that's going to come into play pretty darn soon because their next dividends, they come out at the end of October. You really can't beat the dividends you're going to get with this one on a blue chip bank stock. Our next stock was Brookfield Asset Management, one of my favorites for sure, yet we did not add any more to this position this month, so we still have an average cost base of $44.96. We've yet to receive any dividends, but we do have a return on investment of 0.65%. Total return is the same because, once again, no dividends. Our stake in Brookfield comes in at 11.42%. I do not yet have a sector, and that's because, well, BAM does hold assets in multiple sectors, so for now, we're not going to complicate things just yet. Don't worry, we will sometime in the future as the portfolio nears a more fleshed out shape and we take into consideration some of these little nuances. With Brookfield Asset Management, they do have a yield of 3.82%. With Brookfield Asset Management, they do have a yield of 3.82% that's paid out quarterly, and the next dividends we're expecting from them are at the end of September. I definitely want to add to this position, maybe even as soon as the next update, because I really do love this stock. Our next stock we added last month was Decisive Dividend Corporation, and we did not add any more to this position this time around. They still have an average cost base of $8.80. No dividends yet. They did have a return on investment of negative 4.55%. Of course, the total return is the same as we haven't yet received any dividends. Stake-wise, they make up a 12.83% stake, and that's also a 12.83% stake in their sector. When it comes to yield, they come in at 5.77%, and this here is one of my monthly payers, and the first dividend we're expecting from them will be on September 15th. Now, keep in mind, that's their payout date. That means it will actually receive it September 16th, because it takes an extra day for our brokers to drop that money into our account. This is another position I do want to add to, no doubt there. The next stock we bought last month was Hammond Manufacturing, and we did add 3 more shares this time around. Their average cost base comes in at $6.38, and we do not yet have any divs to report. Their return on investment, look at this, 10.78% for a total return of, well, 10.78%. This stock makes up a 8.54% stake in my portfolio, and their sector stake is also 8.54% as well, and they have a yield of 0.81%. That is paid out semi-annual. The next dividend payment is around the end of February. Now, some dividends did drop just after I collected the data for this video, so you will see that added to the next update. Finally, we added Sir Royalty to the mix, and we did not add any to this position this time around. That leaves their average cost base at $16.49. No dividends yet. They do have a return on investment of negative 3.76%, total return negative 3.76%. They currently have a 11.53% stake, and in that sector, the consumer discretionary, they also have an 11.53% stake. Their yield comes in at 7.18%. They are a monthly payer, and we're expecting the next dividends around the end of September. Now, keep in mind, dividends for this one should be dropping the same day this video releases, and they will be added in the next update. So those are the stocks that we already have in our new TFSA. We did, in addition to those, we did add 2 new positions. The first of the new stocks is Canadian National Railway, and we added a single share to open this position. They're coming in with an initial average cost base of $152.08. No dividends, no ROI, no total return yet. I have a 19.28% stake in this stock. I also have a 19.28% stake in the transportation sector. Their yield does come in at 2.08%. It is a quarterly. The next diff should be dropping around the end of September. I do love railroads, and this is one of those recession-proof blue chip essential to the supply chain stocks that I will probably hold forever. I also opened a position in Canadian Natural Resources with an addition of 2 shares to start us off. That gives us an average cost base of $81.95, and no dividends yet, of course, because we just started in this position. No return on investment, no total return. We do have a 19.28% stake and a sector stake of 19.28% as well. Their yield comes in at 4.41%. That's also a quarterly yield. We are expecting those first dividends around the end of September. Okay, let's take a quick look at all of them together, and we can see a portfolio is beginning to take shape. You will notice that the $800 currently invested in the portfolio currently has a market value of $794.03. This is totally normal to see up and down swings in your portfolio. To illustrate that exact point, I took another peek in the night just before filming this video to grab a later snapshot. So just a mere 5 days after collecting the initial data, that same portfolio has a market value of $819.34. Well, it's on and up. Like the weather, if you don't like what you are seeing, give it a few days and it may have a completely different outlook. Let's take a quick look at the portfolio's diversification. As you can see from the chart, we are currently diversified into 6 sectors, and as a rule of thumb, I do like to keep my diversification into any one sector down to 20% or less, and well, I am just hitting that. I also like to keep each company down to a 5% stake, but that is not going to happen anytime soon. I imagine that will be a late 2024 goal. It is time to look at the toad and the goat of the portfolio for the last month. The toad award goes to Decisive Dividend with a portfolio leading negative 4.55% total return. I still have full confidence in this stock, but you know, someone had to wear the warts this month. And now for the goat. And this month it goes to Hammond Manufacturing with an awesome 1-month total return of 10.78%. They are still on fire, so I would not bet against them keeping this title for the next update. So that is our update for this month. We will be back here again next month to do it all over again. I can't wait, and I can't wait to buy some more next time. Keep the learning going. Watch my video on 5 sector superstars on the left, or test YouTube's recommendation skills by checking out the video on the right. Your choice will decide the winner, and I will see you in the next video.